Hello, my name is Joe Hoyle, speaking to you today from the University of Richmond, where I do teach a financial accounting course. So I am teaching the same course that you're taking right now when you use this textbook. We're looking at the second video problem in the chapter on decision making about organizations. In this video problem, your uncle has come to you and said, I have a chance to buy stock in the company that I work for. And I've gotten financial information, a set of financial statements, and I'm interested in learning something about what information is being conveyed. Now, remember, in the financial accounting, terminology is a very important term because we use specific terms and we have very set meanings for them. So your uncle has come to you and said, I was looking at this information and I found two terms I didn't understand. The first is presents fairly, which is used all through accounting. And then the second is kind of the ultimate set of rules, United States generally accepted accounting principles. We refer to that often as US GAAP. So in this video lesson, we're talking about what does the term presents fairly mean and what is US GAAP? How do they fit in to what we already know about financial accounting? Now, keep in mind that whenever we talk about accounting, we're typically talking about numbers. It's monetary information. One of the things I do in my class is I refuse to allow my students to use the term exact or accurate or correct. And that always surprises them because they keep thinking that since we're working with numbers, that the numbers should be exactly correct. And I tell them on the first day, if you use the word exact or correct or accurate, I will stop you. That's not the right word to use. The words to use are presents fairly. And that always kind of mystifies them as to why we use that term. Why don't we use correct? Well, here's the reason. Most companies are huge organizations, and they have thousands of events that take place every day. Think how many times a day the Coca-Cola company sells a soft drink. The numbers are so large that it becomes almost impossible to get the numbers correct down to the penny. Plus, decision makers don't need to have numbers that are correct down to the penny. I can make a decision about a company's financial health and future prospects without knowing exactly every penny that was spent. More importantly, and this is something that you will see all through this textbook, financial accounting involves a great degree of uncertainty. Now, why is there such uncertainty? Because that's just the nature of business. If I sell something, do I know that the person will pay me? No, it's uncertain. If I am sued in a lawsuit, do I know how much I might lose? No, it's uncertain. If I buy some inventory, do I even know if I can sell those goods? Accounting, business, is simply full of uncertainty. And so therefore, can you ever correctly report uncertainty if you don't know exactly what's going to happen? So as you go through this textbook, be aware that where most of the real critical issues come into play is where we have an event and we're uncertain as to how it will finally come about or what will finally happen. And as soon as you have that uncertainty, coming back to absolutely correct numbers is not possible. So what we say is, in accounting, that we're trying to make sure that we present fairly the information. But when you use a term like present fairly, you need to understand how that decision was made. Is this presented fairly? And we have a guidebook. And that guidebook is called US GAAP. It's the rules on how things are supposed to be reported. So, for example, when I said that you sold something and you were not sure how much you would collect, there's uncertainty. The decision on how that is reported is established in U.S. GAAP. When I said that you had been sued in a lawsuit and you weren't sure if you were going to lose money, how that is reported goes along with the rules of U.S. GAAP. So our goal is to present the information fairly. Our guidance comes from United States generally accepted accounting principles, an entire set of rules created by the Financial Accounting Standards Board to set up U.S. GAAP. So in many ways, this course, in many ways, any financial accounting course is to help you understand how the rules, how U.S. GAAP helps an organization present the financial information fairly. It's not going to be correct, it's not going to be accurate, it's not going to be exact, but it will be presented fairly. And if it's presented fairly, you, as the decision maker, can make use of that information to make whatever decision you have to make. Should I buy the stock of this company? Should I loan the company money? Should I go to work for the company? You can make that decision by being able to make use of fairly presented information that was created according to U.S. GAAP, United States Generally Accepted Accounting Principles. This is Joe Hoyle. I'm on the faculty of the Accounting Department here at the University of Richmond, and we're learning financial accounting. Have a great day.